mat. Sitting on your mat, legs outstretched in front. Pull those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. And again, pull those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. And then with those feet, pull your toes right up towards your nose and notice that your feet move the same. And then push your toes hard away and notice that you can get your ankles as flat. And then pull those toes up towards you again. And then take them to the left and take them right. And take them in a big circle around. And then take them in a big circle around the other way. And then separate your feet. And then put the soles of the feet together. And then relax, put the hands on the legs, slide them down towards those feet, bend your knees a bit and put your tummy button onto your thighs. So really try to put your tummy button onto your thighs and then try to let your head come down and forwards. And then push those knees down into the ground as much as you can and sit yourself up tall. Roll your shoulders up to the ears, round and back. And again, roll those shoulders up to the ears, round and back. And pop the hands on the floor behind your bum. Pull your elbows together and push forwards onto your, to straighten your elbows, sorry. Putting those upper arms together behind you, opening your chest, pushing your breastbone up high and pushing your tummy forwards. Breathing in and breathing out. And then release those arms, put them on the knees. Roll your hands forwards towards those feet. One more time towards the feet, pushing that back out. And then sitting yourself up nice and tall once more. Pop the hands on the floor behind, pull those elbows together and push that chest up. Lift your chin up to the sky this time and really try and push your jaw up to the ceiling and stretch your neck. And then pull that chin down into your chest. Keep your hands on the floor here. Keep those elbows straight. Keep pulling those shoulders down and pull that chin down into the chest and stretch through your neck. Breathing in and breathing out. And then turn the eyes, keeping the chin down towards the, just past the right leg. And then bring the eyes to the front and turn them to the left leg. So we're turning the head, but keeping the head in the same plane, as it were. Pushing that chin down, push the top of the head up, push those shoulders down, bring that chin, those eyes back to between your legs, pushing the fingers into the floor. And then bring your eyes to horizontal, hands on your legs. Rolling those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Bring those arms up to horizontal, breathing in. And then lying down onto the ground, one vertebra at a time, all the way down to the floor. Take your fingers over your head and push those fingers as far as you can away from your toes, reaching and stretching. Breathing in, breathing out. Bring those hands up to the sky. Slide your fingers under your bottom. Roll your shoulders up to the ears, down and back. And then push the elbows into the floor and just lift between your shoulders off the ground, lift your chest to the sky, lift your tummy to the sky. So the only thing touching the floor is my legs, my bum, my elbows and arms, and my shoulders and head. All of my back bridging up off the floor, breathing in. Slide those shoulders together behind your back and pop your chest up between those shoulder blades. And then lower your back down onto the floor. Bring your right knee in and bring your left knee in. And hug those knees in towards the body and bring the nose all the way up to your knees and scrunch yourself up small. And then let yourself go out again. Toes on the floor, slide them away. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Slide your fingers under your bottom, breathing in. And on the out breath, push off those elbows and lift up that chest. All the way up into the sky, squeeze those shoulder blades together, push those toes away from you, breathing in, breathing out, lift that breastbone up high, breathing in, breathing out, lower the body back to the floor again, bring those knees in one at a time, hug them up towards the chest, let the tailbone lift up and bring your nose up to your knees. And then release. So your toes go down to the floor. So we're in neutral spine as we release, lengthen that head and neck, ribs are on the ground, lower bodies lift, lower backs lifted, straightening those legs out. Pop the fingers behind the bum again and lift that chest up a little bit higher, squeezing those shoulder blades together, breathing in, breathing out, lengthening, pushing the elbows up, lifting the chest, fill the lungs up with air, spread those ribs, breathing out, lower that back down to the ground. Bring the left knee in, bring the right knee in, bring the nose to the knees. And then opening the body. And so keep your knees and feet off the ground. Take your arms out like a scarecrow, roll those shoulders up to the ears into the floor and down. Pull the chin into the chest and then just lift so that we stretch the back of the neck. Drop the knees on the floor to the right. So the knees come all the way over to the ground. Try to keep the knees touching each other. Push those hands away from each other and turn that head to the left. So we've got the left ear on the floor, pushing the fingers away. Draw in the core and lift those legs up, keeping the shoulders on the ground. And then lower the legs over to the other side, pivoting on your feet. Turn your eyes to the right, right ear to the floor. So I lift my head up slightly so my ear is in line with my spine, so I haven't tilted my head forwards. Push those hands away, push those knees to the floor, open up that back, breathing in. On the out breath, lift those legs up and drop them all the way over to the other side, turning the head. Push the fingers away from each other, breathing in. And on the out breath, lift those knees up and bring them all the way over to the left, turning the head to the right. Push those fingers away from each other, keep the shoulders on the floor. Let those knees push down and really try to follow the knees with the hip, follow the hands. Follow the shoulders after the hands, so we're pushing those hands away. Bring those knees up, slide those arms down by your side. Bring your knees into your chest again, pulling those knees in, bring that nose up to the knees. Take those hands away so they're pushing past your body, reaching down towards where your feet would be. Keeping your legs in that position, take your arms up to the sky, open your upper body up, head goes to the floor, push those shoulders on the ground, push those arms on the ground above your head. Breathing out, draw in the core, keep that neutral spine and take those toes all the way down to the ground. All the way down to the ground. Now lift those knees back up towards the body again. Push the tailbone away, so you've got that neutral spine. Bring those arms up over the head and put them on the floor beside your body. Keep those shoulders into the ground. So my upper ribs are on the floor, lower ribs, middle ribs are on the floor, and I have a little lift on that lower back. Keeping that back shape, take those toes down and tap them on the ground. Lift those legs up, breathing in. On the out breath, take those toes down and tap them on the ground. And lift them back up. Breathing in on the out breath, pushing those fingers down towards where the feet would be. Take the toes down to the floor, lightly touching the floor as if you've got an egg under each toe. Straighten that right leg out straight. And then draw that right leg back in. Straighten that left leg out straight. And draw that left leg back in. Straighten both legs out straight. Lift those fingers up, chin into the chest, roll yourself all the way up to sitting. Reaching all the way forwards towards those feet. Stretching forwards. Good, and then sitting up nice and pop your left hand on your right knee, right hand behind, and lift and turn, looking over that right shoulder. Breathing in, breathing out. Come around to center. Take the right hand on the left knee, left behind. Push off that back hand. Breathing in and on the out breath, turning. And come back to center. Put those hands on those legs. Sliding yourself all the way down towards your feet. Loosen that head and neck. And then sitting up nice and tall. Okay, grab your roller. You thought you were going to get away without that one.
Yeah, I thought it wasn't coming.
Grab the roller. Well, I thought if we got a bit of movement going, we might have. Right. So elbows on the roller to start with. We're going to rest the bottom ribs on it, and then we're going to breathing in. On the out breath, take the head in the hands and just lengthen the body over the roller. And then bring the chin into the chest and lift yourself back up. And then move the roller up the body a bit. Breathing in on the out breath. Lengthen the body over, push the chest up to the sky, arching that back, head goes down to the floor, and then bring the chin into the chest and lift yourself back up. And move that roller up a little bit more. Hold the head in the hands. Stretch that body over the roller, pushing that chest up high. And then bringing that head into the hands and lift yourself back. And one more, move it right up to the top of the shoulders. And then lengthening, but pushing the chest up high. So my head rests on the back of the roller, but that's because my chest's lifted, not just because I've bent my neck. I've just got my thumbs resting on my forehead, and I'm just going to roll my head to the left and roll my head to the right. So I'm just using a bit of traction. Roll it left, but gently do it. If you feel any cricks, don't go through them. And then come back to center. Fingertips on the floor and stretch those arms away from you. Stretching those arms away. Bring those arms all the way up to the sky. Bring them back down and put them behind your head and just lift your head up a little bit. Bring that roller into the middle of your back. And then holding your head, just moving it from the top ribs down to the bottom ribs. Top ribs, down to the bottom ribs. Down and up. And then leaning onto that left-hand side. Just to the left of your ribs. Sorry, the left-hand side of your spine. And then just onto the right-hand side of your spine. And then rest your bum, go all the way up and down the middle. And then rest your bum on the ground, chin into the chest and lift yourself up. And we'll move ourselves off the roller. Moving ourselves off the roller. So sitting up nice and tall again. Hands on the floor behind you. Actually take your hands to about a foot behind. Wiggle those arms. Place those hands flat on the floor. Pull those elbows towards each other. So as if someone's got a belt around your elbows and they're zipping it in tight. So you're holding them together and then push off those hands and straighten the arms. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift that chest up high. So we open that back. Breathing in, tighten the knees. Push those glutes, push those legs flat into the floor. Bring the toes towards your nose. Lift that chest up high. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in, and on the out breath, push the feet into the floor and lift those hips up. Opening through those arms. Good. So push your feet hard down and then lower. Good. Breathing in. On the out breath, pull the elbows together. Lifting those hips up high, clenching with the bum, pushing off those hands. Get your eyes to the sky so your neck's straight and then lower your bum to the floor. Good, breathing in. One more. Yeah, so it's hard on your wrist, but if you want to turn your hands out sideways, Sarah, yeah. Turn your hands out sideways a bit. So pull the elbows together, breathing in, and really pull those shoulder blades together. Really pull those elbows together so you're opening that chest. Push the chest forward. Breathing out, clench with the bum and lift the body away from the hands and the arms. Good, and then lower back down to the floor. Push off your hands, let your hands off the floor, hands on your legs, roll yourself forwards. Roll yourself forwards, do circles with your wrists, one way, circles the other way. Let that head come down. And then lift yourself up nice and tall. Breathing in on the out breath, hands horizontal. Lower yourself down to flat. All the way down. Bring those arms all the way over the head. Reaching the fingers from the toes. Push the right hand away from the right foot and stretch that side. And push the left hand away from the left foot and stretch that side. Push both hands away from both feet and stretch. Bring the arms all the way up to the sky, chin into the chest and roll yourself all the way back up. Roll yourself all the way back up, sitting up nice and tall. Swing your legs around and come onto all fours. Onto all fours. Hands are under the shoulders, middle fingers parallel. Turn the inside of the elbows forward, knees are under the hip. Pull those knees apart, put those feet level with the knees. Lengthening the head away from the tailbone. Pushing yourself nice and long. Turn the tailbone down and drop the head and push the back up. Focus on all of your vertebrae and your discs. Make sure that you're separating all of them from the tailbone, through the lower back, middle back, upper back. Lengthen through that neck, push the head down to the floor. And then turn the tailbone up, tummy comes down, eyes come up, lengthening from the head to the tailbone the other way, through the front of your body. Lift that chin up and stretch through your neck and your chest. Come into that horizontal position, that neutral position, and then glide the body backwards towards your heels. Gliding backwards. Good, chest down, Sarah, chest down, Jane. And then come back up onto all fours. So keep your, turn your tailbones up a little bit. Jane, turn your tailbone up. Yes. Right, keep your body shaped like that and glide backwards. Don't let your tailbone turn down as you glide back. So you won't go all the way back. Get your chest down towards your thighs. Push those hands away and stretch through those arms. Now pulling the knees apart, but not actually moving them. So creating tension in those legs, which is the clam exercise. Feel the glutes engage. Lift yourself up by pulling those knees apart and lifting the body. Good. And then glide backwards. Keep pulling the knees apart so there's tension in the glutes. Yeah, don't roll your pelvis. Chest comes down and then lifting back up. Good. Turn the left hand palm up. Slide that under the right arm, under the right shoulder, and look through, lifting off that right hand, pushing that left shoulder to the floor, left ear to the floor. Breathing in. Reach as you breathe out. Breathing in. Push off the right hand. Take the left hand all the way up into the sky. Opening that chest, reaching that hand up, keeping those hips square, and then release and let that hand come all the way down and through again. Shoulder on the floor, looking through that armpit. Breathing in, breathing out. Push off that hand, lift that arm all the way up into the sky, and then place it on the floor next to the other one. Sarah, chest down, lengthen your body. Right hand, palm up. Stretch that through under the left shoulder, looking through, reaching, stretching, breathing in, and on the out breath, push. Push off the hand, lift that right arm all the way up into the sky, turning the left shoulder through, turning the right shoulder back, release and push that under that left arm. Breathing in, breathing out, push. And then lift all the way up into the sky. Breathing in, breathing out, release that arm down and through. And then push off that left hand and bring the right hand next to the left. Roll those shoulders down and back, turn the inside of the elbows forward. Pulling the knees out wide, but leaving them in the same place on the floor. We're going to balance onto the left leg. And take the right leg straight out behind us. So it's horizontal to the floor. Let that knee drop and come towards the elbow, keeping that posture. Take that right leg straight out behind, chin up, so Jane. Pull that, yeah, pull that knee in. So your spine stays straight with your neck. Push that leg out. Pull that leg in. Push that leg out. Oi. Pull that leg in. Push that leg out, hold it straight. Push the toes away and lower the toes to the floor with a straight leg. Clench the bum and lift. Ease with the bum and lower. Clench with the bum and lift. Ease with the bum and lower. Clench with the bum and lift. Ease with the bum and lower that leg. Clench and lift, hold it there. Push the toes away. Bend that knee. Bend that knee. Foot's up in the sky. Knee is still horizontal, still level with the hip. Push the foot to the sky. Bring the knee level with the hip. So we're only moving it about an inch. Push the foot to the sky. Lower it to the hip. Push the foot up. Lower it down. Push the foot up. Lower it down. Rest position's a bit higher, Sarah. Push the foot up. Yep. Lower it down. So just level with the hips. And then swing that leg underneath your body. And take that same leg to the side. And bring it back in. If your wrists are sore, go on your knuckles. Out to the side. Bring it back in. Out to the side. Bring it back in. Bring that leg out to the side. Bring it back in one more. Out to the side. Bring it back in. Rest that knee on the floor. Come down onto your elbows. Come onto your elbows and just wiggle your wrists. So you can do this on your elbows. We can do the other leg on our elbows if you want. So lengthen the body, stay on the elbows here, palms can be together. So left leg, taking it out straight and bringing the knee down towards the chest. Take that leg out straight with the glutes, bring the knee in. Take that leg out straight, bring that knee in. Take it out straight, bring it in. Take it out straight, hold it there. So your foot's going to be higher than your head, obviously, because you're on your elbows. Lower the foot to the floor, clench and lift. Lower the foot to the floor, clench and lift. Lower to the floor, clench and lift. Lower to the floor, clench and lift. Bend that knee up. So the knee is level with the bum. Push the foot to the sky. Lower the knee to the bum height. Push it up. Lower it to the bum height. Push it up. Lower to the bum height. Push it up. Lower it just an inch. Push it up. Lower it down. One more up. And then swing that leg down level with the other leg, but don't rest it on the floor. Bring the knee out wide and together. Out wide and together. Out wide and together. Wide, together, one more. Wide and together. Good, rest the knee on the floor. Come back up onto all fours and glide back into child pose. Push those hands away. Breathing in, stretching the hip and the lower back, breathing out. Lower the bum to the right and push the hands to the left. And then take the hands right and lower the bum to the left. Come to the center, push those hands away. And then come back up and slide onto your tummy. Slide onto your tummy. Keep your hands in this pitchfork position, forehead on the ground. Lengthen your legs away. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Keep them back. Keep the elbows on the floor and lift the forearm and hand up and lower. Clenching with the bum, forearm and hand up and lower. Forearm and hand up, keeping the elbows on the floor. So clenching with the bum, pubic bones in the ground. Drawing the tummy in so the flesh is light on the floor, resting on your chest and your forehead. And your legs are lengthened, so your knees and feet are off the ground. Push the head away from the toes and lift those arms up into the sky. Touch them on the floor. Lift those arms up. Touch the elbows on the floor. Lift those arms up. Touch those elbows on the floor. Lift those arms up, hold them here. Breathing in. On the out breath, pulse the arms up for 3, 2, 1, and lower down, lower everything. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Push the forearms into the ground and lift your upper body up, keeping the bottom rib on the floor, eyes horizontal to the ground, clench the bum, lengthen the legs so your knees and feet are off the ground. Really push your head away from your toes, push your chest forward towards the front of the mat, and then lower yourself back down to the floor. Breathing in. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Lift the hands and forearms up. Clench the bum, lengthen those legs, draw that tummy in. Lift those hands and forearms and arms all the way into the sky. Pulse them up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Breathing in. On the out breath, we're going to lift the upper body up, push those hands into the floor, keeping the bottom rib on the ground, clench the bum, lengthen the legs. Opening that chest, breathing in, breathing out and lower. Breathing in. On the out breath, roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back, lift those hands and forearms. Lift the whole arm up in the sky, clench the bum, lengthen the legs. Drawing the tummy in. Pulse those arms up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them here. And again for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower everything. Slide your hands down to your bottom ribs. Breathing in. On the out breath, roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Clench the bum, lengthen the legs. Draw the tummy in. Lift the chin up and the upper body up. Come to the bottom ribs. Breathing in. On the out breath, push the hands in the floor and come up onto that pubic bone. There's a big clench with my bum, big open with my chest, and my tummy's engaged to protect that lower back. And then lower down onto the floor. Breathing in. On the out breath, roll the shoulders up to the ears, down and back, clench the bum, lengthen the legs, push the head away from the tailbone. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift that upper body up. Breathing in. On the out breath, push the hands in the floor and come up onto that pubic bone. Draw in the core, open the chest, and then lower back down to the floor. Breathing in. On the out breath, roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Push the head away from the tailbone. Breathing in, lengthen the legs. Breathing out, lift that upper body up. Push the head away from the toes. Breathing in. Breathing out, push off the hands and come onto the pubic bone. Breathing in. Breathing out, push up onto the knees. Straighten those arms. Open that chest. Open the chest, Sarah.
Oh, God.
Breathing in and on the out, lower back. Well done, well done, well done. Good. Okay, this time we do the same thing we finish in child pose. So breathing in, breathing out, lift that upper body up, opening the chest, clench the bum, lengthen the legs. Breathing in. On the out breath, push off the hands and come up onto the pubic bone. Breathing in. On the out breath, push off those hands and come up onto the knees. Open that chest, straighten those elbows. Tighten the thighs if you want and lift the knees off the floor. Pop the knees on the floor, thumb into the air and go back into child pose. All the way back into child pose, pushing through that. Putting the hands away from the tailbone. Drop the bum to the right and take the hands to the left. Stretch through that left hand side, that right hand side, sorry. And then take the hand to the right and drop the bum left and stretch through that left hand side. And come back to center, push those hands away from the bum. Come back up onto all fours.
Sorry, the lawnmower.
Coming up onto all fours. Okay, so hands are under the shoulders. Knees are under the hips. Drop the head down and stretch through that neck. And then lift that head up and stretch the front of the body. Take the tailbone down, head down, body up. And then tailbone up, body down, head up. And then come into neutral. Right, bring your left foot forwards between your hands. Bring your left foot forward between your hands. So pull that left knee out sideways. So I pull it out so my tummy can drop inside of that leg and my armpit rests by the knee. Breathing in, and on the out breath, glide your hip forward and lift your chest up so you stretch that back hip. So Jane, put your front foot further forward and Max, so your front foot's level with your hands, and swing your bottom down so you stretch through that hip. Yeah, good, Max. And Sarah, I think you want to have your front foot forward a bit more. And Mum, get your front foot forwards. So you slide it on the mat. Yep. And then swing your body through. So your shin bone is vertical. Jane, I think you can go forwards more with that foot. Good. If you want to take your hands inside that leg and get that leg out of the way, you can do, because we're stretching this back leg. So you should feel the stretch in that back hip. Put your hands on the front knee and lift yourself up so you're on your knee and your foot. Stretching through this back hip here. Pull that, imagine you're pulling this back knee forwards on the floor. So you tense the front of that leg. Breathing in. And on the out breath, take this right arm up into the air. And then release the tension, sink the knee into the floor and the crutch down and push that right arm up into the sky. Pushing up and stretching. So I'm leaning my body over to the left and stretching through the right, resting my left elbow on the left knee. Okay, release that right arm down. Put those hands on the floor. Or put the hand on the front knee. And you're just going to slide backwards and straighten this front leg. So you put your hand on the front knee. Feel the stretch in the back of this front leg. Lean the body forwards as far as you can to feel the stretch. Pull the toes to your nose, which increases the stretch. Push the toes away. Pull the toes towards. Push away. So Sarah, try and get your tummy button to your thigh rather than your nose to your knee. Pull the toes up. Push them away. That's it. Okay, soften that knee. Walk those hands forward and wiggle this foot back so that it goes next to the other leg. And we're on all fours again. So rolling those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Just take the tummy to the floor, tailbone up and stretch that back. Good, and then come into neutral and then bring that other leg. So you can bring the other leg out wide and then bring it around, but put it in front of your, sort of in front of your feet probably. Okay. So I pull that knee out sideways so there's room for my body to slip inside of it. Glide myself forwards. So I stretch through that back hip. Holding yourself up nice and strong there. Now I'm going to lift onto my front leg, pushing off that back leg, clenching my bum, resting my elbow on this right leg. Hands are off the floor. Rest your right elbow on the right leg and make sure you've got your feet apart. So my right foot's on the right side of my mat, the left foot's on closer to the left. And then I'm going to pull this back knee forward without actually moving it. If you need to hold on to something, you can, but if you don't need to hold on to something, it's better not to. Take that left hand straight up into the sky, breathing in. On the out breath, release the tension in the back leg, push that left hand up, push that left knee into the floor. Stretch through that hip where the leg joins the hip. Stretching through there, breathing in, breathing out. Release. Bring those hands back to the floor. Straighten that front leg. So you can push the front foot forward if you need. Push the front foot forward. You can have your hands up on this leg if you need. And you're taking your tummy button towards your thigh. So you feel the stretch in the upper end of this leg.
Oh.
Toes. Pull the toes to your nose. Point those toes away. Pull those toes to your nose. Point those toes away. Relax. Soften this front knee. Wiggle that foot back and pop it next to the other leg. Okay, we're going to lower down to flat again on the floor. So just rest your hands under your forehead. So resting our hands on the floor under the forehead, roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back, so we lengthen our neck. Drawing in the tummy, toes are toenails to the floor, clench the bum and push the pubic bone into the ground. Draw the core in and lift the belly off the floor, breathing in. On the out breath, lift that right leg up off the ground and lower. Don't let your tummy push into the floor. Clench and lift that right leg up and lower. Good. Clench and lift the right leg up and lower. So the left foot should be light on the floor. So you're not pushing off the left side. Lift that right leg up. Hold it in the air. Pulse that right leg up for 3, 2, 1 and lower. You should not feel this in the lower back, nor in the other leg, nor in the hamstring. It's all in the bum. So clench, lengthen your body, lengthen the head away, lift that right leg up, push the toes away and pulse it up for 3, 2, 1 and lower. One more on that side. Draw in the core, clench the bum, lift that right leg up and pulse. 3, 2, 1 and lower. Okay, lifting that left leg up and lower it. Drawing in the core, clench the bum and lift that left leg up and lower. Clench the bum and lift the left leg up, holding it here. Pulse it up for 3, 2, 1 and lower. Breathing in. On the out breath, clench the bum, lift that left leg up. Pulse it for 3, 2, 1 and lower. Breathing in. On the out breath, clench the bum and lift. Pulse it for 3, 2, 1 and lower. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift the right leg up. Lift the left leg up too. So it's pushing on the pubic bone. Lower both legs down. Clench and lift both legs up. This is pretty hard on the pubic bone. Lower both legs down. Just do one more. Clench and lift both legs up. So we're not moving the tummy at all. Lower both legs down. Do one more. Clench and lift. And release. Bring those hands back in the pitchfork position. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift the hand and forearm up. Lift the whole arm up. Lengthen the legs and lift both legs up. Draw in the core, lift the belly off the floor. Lift that right arm, left leg. And release. Left arm, right leg. And release. Right arm, left leg. Release. Left arm, right leg. Release. Both arms up. Both legs up. And lower everything down to the ground. Breathing in. Breathing out. Okay, rolling over onto your back. Actually, no, roll onto your side. Roll onto your left-hand side. So straighten that left leg. Straighten that left leg and pop that right foot underneath the left leg. Both hands on top of each other on the floor here. Breathing in And on the out breath, bring that top arm all the way over to the ground, keeping that top knee on the floor. Push that arm away, turn the eyes towards that hand, and then bring that hand all the way over, breathing in. On the out breath, all the way open with those arms, taking the shoulder to the floor, not so much the hand. Bring those arms back together, breathing in. On the out breath, take that arm all the way over, and then bring those arms back together. Take that arm all the way over, follow it with the eyes and leave it there. Let those knees lift up and roll yourself onto your back and over onto your other side. So your right leg is straight, left leg goes over and under, and the left knee is on the floor. Both hands are stacked on top of each other, arms are perpendicular to the body. Breathing in. On the out breath, top arm all the way over and open. Push those hands away, breathing in. Breathing out, bring those arms back together. Breathing in. On the out breath, all the way open with those arms. Push the knees into the floor and then bring those hands back together. Breathing in. On the out breath, all the way open. And then bring those hands all the way back together. Release and roll yourself onto your back. Legs are out straight. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Push those fingers straight on the floor. Push the head away from the toes or from the heels. Clench the bum, lengthen the legs. Draw in the core. Breathing in, lift that right leg straight up into the sky. Good, and then lower that right leg down. So we're keeping that core strong, keeping those shoulders back and down, lower back slightly lifted, drawing the core like you're stopping yourself having a wee, lift that left leg straight up into the sky and lower it down. Lift that right leg straight up into the sky. Point the toes, flex the foot. Point the toe. Flex the foot, lower that right leg down. Bring the left leg straight up into the sky. Point the toe, flex that foot. Point that toe, flex the foot, lower that leg down. Bring that right leg straight up into the sky. Flex the foot, point the left toe and lift the left leg straight up as well. Flex both feet. Lower the right leg. Point the toe of the right leg and lift it back up. Relax the right foot. Flex the left foot and lower that leg down to the ground. Point the toe. Lift that toe back up. Let our right leg down. Flex the foot and lower. Point the toe, lengthen your body and lift. Flex the left foot and lower. Point the toe and lift. Bend your knees, bend your knees. Bend your knees, draw in the core. Pull those shoulders down and back. Lower those toes down to the ground. Toes are light on the ground, they're sitting on eggs. Lengthen those legs out straight. Pushing them away. Breathing in. Take your arms all the way over your head. Reach your fingers away from your toes. Stretch those arms, stretch those legs. Breathing in. On the out breath, bring those hands up to the sky. Bring the chin into the chest. And roll yourself all the way up to sitting. All the way up, reaching yourself forwards on the floor. Reaching yourself forwards, let that head become loose. Rocking it just a bit from side to side. Soften the knees and pull your tummy button down towards your thighs, breathing in. Breathing out. Sit yourself up nice and tall. Lift those hands up off the floor. Lean back. Don't lie back, just lean to 45 degrees. Turn the arms to the left. Good. Come back up to straight, to front, face on the front. Turn the arms to the right. So we're turning the chest, the breastbone. Bring those arms to the center. Turn those arms to the left. Turn the breastbone. Come to center. Turn the chest to the right. Arms coming right and center. Lower yourself down to the ground. Breathing in, keep those arms up in the sky. Breathe in on the out breath, chin into the chest, come up to 45 degrees. So we come up and we're rounded, and then we lift that chest up and we straighten.
Oh, God. Oh, can't do that.
Okay, come all the way up to straight.
Oh.
Good, well done, excellent. Okay, reaching forwards, touching those feet, soft knees, reaching forwards. Bring those hands up off your feet, sit up tall, and then just lean backwards a little bit. Keep that chest up high, and then just lean forward, and then just lean backward a little bit, and then just lean forwards. And then sit up nice and vertical. So sitting up nice and vertical. Turn the body to the left. Come back to center. Turn the body to the right. Come back to center. Rest your arms on your legs. Have you got your sticks nearby?
Oh, Lordy. Yeah, somewhere.
Right when we thought we were getting to rest time.
Yeah, I did.
The good thing is it won't be for very long, Jane.
Good.
Okay, rest that stick on your legs. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down the back. Hold behind your thighs and pull yourself forward. So you push that chest up, reach the head to the sky and sit on that middle bottom. Then you push those knees down into the ground, take hold of your stick. Bring your stick up to horizontal. Bring that stick back to your chest, keeping your elbows shoulder height and your hands so they're level with your hands as well. Push that stick forwards. Bring that stick back. Push that stick forwards. Lift the head up, bring the stick back. Push the stick straight up in the sky above your head, reaching up tall, breathing in. Breathing out, pull that stick down behind your head if you can. If you can't, bring it to in front of your chest. Push the stick up to the sky. Bring the stick down behind you or to your chest. Yeah, good. Turn around to the left of it. Come back to the center. Turning to the right. Come back to center. Push the stick up into the sky. Bring it down in front, pull it to the chest, bring it onto your legs and rest it on the floor. Okay.
Sorry, I don't have a stick, but
No, that's all right, I saw that's fine. So slide yourself forwards, stretching through that back. Sit yourself up nice and tall, put the right hand on the left knee, left hand behind, lift and turn. And then come round to the front, left hand on right knee, and lift that chest up, pulling that right shoulder back, lifting through that chest, pulling up, and come back to center. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back, put the fingertips on the floor, lean back onto your hands behind, elbows are soft. Pull those elbows together as if someone's belting them in. Lift that chest up high to the sky. Bend your left knee up, bend your right knee up. Lifting that chest up. Lift the toes off the floor, breathing in. And on the out breath, push those heels into the ground. Just lift the hips up and stretch through that chest. Stretch through those shoulders. Lift the eyes to the sky, let the head go back. And then bring the head forward and lower yourself back down onto your bum. Push off those hands, lift yourself up nice and tall. Hands onto your legs, roll yourself forwards. Let your head fall down, breathing in. Breathing out, sitting up nice and tall, rolling those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Let those arms follow in the rolls, touching the floor at the bottom. Sweep the floor and take those hands right up high into the sky. Bring them all the way around, all the way down, all the way up to the sky, all the way round and down, all the way up and leave them in the sky. Put those palms together, bend the knees, pull yourself forward on your front bottom, rest your thumbs on your forehead. Breathing out, push those hands up into the sky, push those knees down into the ground. Reach up tall from your tailbone, reach your feet away from your tailbone. Breathing in on the out breath, release those arms. Let them come down by your side and roll your shoulders.
Oh, God.
Really good.
Oh.
Well done.
Woo.
You succeeded. You
Thank you, Emma.
survived through our journey.
Absolutely.
My word, that